안녕하세요. Welcome to week number 11 in South Korea. That means it's just 6 weeks left to go, and so 6 more videos left to go. Um, as always, this video is brought to you by a generous scholarship from the Benjamin A. Gilman International Foundation. Ding! So, topic of discussion for this week to start with is something I don't know how many other people would be going through it, but recently, for me anyway, I think subconsciously started kind of preparing myself for the fact that I'm going to be going home soon. Well, it doesn't seem like soon when you say 6 weeks, but the time goes by so fast here that, it's going to be here before I know it. Like I've said the past few weeks in a row, like when I wake up, sometimes I think at first that I'm actually at home in my own bedroom. Just kind of weird. I also just, start just thinking about, well, school starts really soon after I get back, so I really ought to get on registering for classes. And that's more normal, but at the same time it kind of contributes to the overall idea that, I'm going to be gone soon from Korea. Who knows for how long. But just, little things where I find myself thinking about, like, oh yeah, I could go jump on the bus. No, wait, that bus isn't here because that's in America. So yeah, it's just something I've tried to temper with thinking about it a different way, that, yeah, I'm going to be going home in 6 weeks, but how can I get the most out of those 6 weeks that I have left? Besides staying focused on classes, staying focused on the work here, finding things to write about for my project. But, like, every weekend I've been doing something a little bit different. Last weekend I revisited the National Museum again, but introduced some friends to it. So we had a group of myself, one American friend, 2 Chinese friends, and my roommate all went. It was an interesting experience to go see what they wanted to see. I had focused more on the historical artifacts. My American friend wanted to see the calligraphy and some more of the artwork, something I hadn't really stopped to look at. We also went to Insadong, which is where you get your cultural souvenirs, and you can stop at a restaurant, but it's kind of spendy. But then again, it's in Seoul, so things are more expensive generally in Seoul. But yeah, so this weekend I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do total. As a note for those of you who might be interested in booking a tour to the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, I'm going to go there next weekend on the 19th, but at least if you book it through the USO, you have to pay them in advance to confirm your spot. So this weekend is when I'm going to have to go to their office and give them the payment that I've been saving up for, so that I can go see what's left of the one of the things that's left over from the Cold War. It's not necessarily a Cold War here because of the provocations North Korea has done that have been highly publicized, of course. So just keep in mind that you'll have to either wire the money to them or go pay in person. I'm doing it in person mainly because the office where they accept the payment is also the same office where you have to go in order to be picked up by the bus that takes you up to the DMZ. So I kind of like to know where it is before D-Day, and because it leaves early in the morning, I'm gonna have to spend the night in Seoul, but it's close to the Samgakji station, which is where the National War Memorial is, so I'm somewhat familiar with the area already. That's something I would maybe recommend if you're going to go on any kind of tour, is like, if you have a chance, go scout the area out a little bit before you go, so that you know where you have to be before you are hurrying to get there and hoping they didn't leave without you. Okay, well, that's enough time for part one. I don't want to let these segments go too long, or else the audio apparently craps out. So that's segment one. Watch for segment number two, and yes, watch for segment two.